I hope you're good as I am good. And today on the Madhouse Completion podcast, even though we're in a tent, we're not in a house. We have one of the best leading councillors, Mobutoba. We're not saying he's a councillor because he's a councillor. This guy is on the ground. And I trust him to be the next president of South Africa because of how he's on the ground. Today on the podcast, we have Shobane MAFONA. And I'm so confused because there's this other family, the mother of MAFONA. And then this guy, Shobane. Are you related, Luana?
No, I think that's a good entrance because it speaks of the origin. Shobane MAFONA, the one you're speaking about, is my cousin.
Okay.
He's my uncle's second born. And we are both named after one person, part of which is my grandfather from the maternal side.
So, Eli public, imaginally blame and then I'm like, "Actually, Shobane."
Yeah, I don't think it's a trend smash. And just to give it a background, it's not only me and him who share that name. There's the other one from Bumamolo, Shobane Wilson, Lena Marena Gego Aswapa. Shobane, Mara Shobane, the one you know was Ben, there's not any other name besides Shobane. Shobane MAFONA. None like we have the English names of which is Wilson.
It makes sense now. I get it.
Kasi just like I don't think Gormajita will call me Shobane. They'll call me Willie and stuff. But those who have,
or comrade,
or leadership,
I get it. And then a young boy from Butoga going to just living his life, coming up, politics. How do you get into politics?
Let me just to try and give a background. As you would know, I was born and bred here at home, where in Dwars River there. St. Bredens, that's where I was born in 1985. I went to Mautwi primary, then first standard 5, 1998. Went to Tsevela High School in Amlebo. It's a boarding school. I had a 1 year spell there, and I failed my grade 8. Then I came back home. I went to Sfologo, where I matriculated 2004. The whole political thing, I would not do justice if I could speak politics in my context and I don't talk about the late comrade Raymond Ramalat. So if you might know that man, he was our councillor here. We looked up to him during the era 1999. It was when Mbeki was coming into power, and we were a group. I was 14 years by then. Group of young people and some older guys, a bit older guys than us. We were doing this campaign out our poster. The poster election for Thabo Mbeki for 1999 and stuff. From there, I grew interested in politics. Although I was not aware, and we went to political schools, political education that was conducted by the likes of Comrade Nare. You might know most of the people who Comrade Timothy, JK, when we attended the very same thing under the leadership of Hammond, Khali, Lincoln, Mutabeni, and that's when we were actively involved in the ANC. But it's a very long story. And I want to do it justice. As much as we were there in the background of the ANC Youth League and everything. But fast forward 2008, 2009. Yeah, 2008, and I remember I was still based in Olifantsfontein, somewhere called Clayville East in Ekurhuleni.
2009, was that when Zuma was in power?
Yes, that's when Zuma started to be in power, and there were shenanigans and stuff. 2009, I wanted to meet the now president of the EFF and commander-in-chief.
Okay. And then the youth leader, the ANC youth leader.
Yeah, by then he was still a president of the youth league. And I remember we went to the offices. It was me and this other guy, Tolile, Susibo, and Andrew. Andrew Zao, Andrew Sener. And we went to, by then the offices were at Sour Street in Johannesburg. We went to the 7th floor. That's where it was a floor for the youth league.
Yeah.
And we had to ambush the security guys there through lying of what we were going to do there. But with the ultimate aim of meeting the man. He was very vocal by then, and Lorena growing up, we had that kind of interest. But that mission failed, and we could not see the guy.
Oh shit!
And I got recruited when there was the formation of COPE.
Okay, COPE.
Yeah,
it's still there, but the number 4 or 5.
It's back there.
Below
again. It does not have a seat.
Shit.
Yeah, back then. We founded COPE here in Mulamula. And I was not clear with politics by then, and I was dealing with older guys who had more experience than me. But ours was just to push. But thinking that being vocal, it's all that matters. But people had their own intentions. People wanted to have greener pastures for themselves and their families. Us, it was just for that being politically conscious. Or we have no choice but to do this. This is us. Then the COPE thing did not last, and I started having problems when their leaders were fighting.
Oh shit.
But who's that guy, the former premier of Gauteng? Mbaz Mashulowa and Terra Lokota, when they had disputes, and I know then I left COPE around 2010.
So besides politics, you do not have any other motive besides politics?
I don't get your question.
As in like another career, like any other career except for being in politics?
No, one thing I've always known is that I've always wanted to be in the public front.
Okay.
Whatever I was going to do, I was either going to appear on TV or I was going to be on radio, because the dream when I was young, I wanted to work for the SABC. I wanted to be a journalist. Back then I understood what journalists did and stuff, but I always wanted to have a word or a say. Either way, I was going to hold a mic. Either as a politician or as a reporter or as a podcaster, it was going to happen.
It makes sense. The links are linking.
It was going to happen.
And then Julius Malema ila via mo ANC again. And then he formed his own political party, the EFF. And then you were once part of the EFF.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear about that story with the EFF?
Let me help you with your research now. Let me take you back.
Yeah.
Before the Julius was chased away from the EFF.
The EFF?
From the ANC
okay.
Youth League by the likes of Derek Hanekom, Jacob Zuma, and Cyril Ramaphosa by then was the chairperson of the integrity committee or the appeal, something of that nature in their ANC arrangements. And they're the ones who got rid of Majunju.
Oh shit.
And before they could do that, they had to make him struggle through taking him to courts, charging him with SARS contraventions and everything. And that's when we came into the picture.
Okay.
That's when they started what they called Friends of the Youth League.
Okay.
You guys were still here.
But
But you'll see with the comments that you're going to get from this whole conversation that we're having, that these things really existed, and there will be people bearing testimony to this. Then we started joining the Friends of the Youth League. That's where I met the guys like your Rankis Mufumad.
Okay.
He's one of the legends as far as politics are concerned here at home. And then we started going to court. Every time Julius is at court, we're there. Every time they are,
you back him up.
we're backing him up.
Yeah.
And I'm with Makaya most of the time. Timothy, when we go to the civic center there during the night vigil state court, we'll be marshalling people, and all the way from Mutogo, you can just imagine. But we've always been like that. We've always taken over as Majida's cock. We would marshal those people to an extent that my fellow know you Gaula leadership. That's where we see the likes of Jacob Lobo. And the guys there, and you see, no, this is happening. We did the and you start taking yourself serious, and say, if I can be able to find myself in a room with those people, everything is possible. Then the deal falls apart between Julius and the ANC. Then one day, the 30th of June, 2013.
Still remember the day?
Yes. I get a missed call. And I get a missed call. It was a Sunday. Get a missed call and I get to Babalas. Babalas is hey, I get to a missed call and I don't know this number. And Abu reply this partner. Mara Sunday ngondung rasba merego marega ngondung it might be a serious call. Agna airtime by that. Agna airtime. I get next door. I talk to this other sister of mine next door. Macho nigere abe kumani call. So mara agna airtime. Ungadi mafu. Gafu nada. Gartoy, Gargaman, Bargaman, Gargashoban, Baru Shoban, Gamale, Julius Male, Bra.
Received a call from the man himself. From the CIC.
Yes, my God.
It's
not a lie. It's not a lie. I get a call. I have a conversation with the man. No man, I want to see you. When can I see you? Anytime or even today. I don't know. Come to town. Let's talk. I'm broke. I was unemployed by then.
No airtime, no money.
And 2013, it was 4 months after having my first child. It was tough. Unemployed, you have a child. You can imagine having 50 rand, it would be difficult. Then, one of my friends, Matomi Sidua, is around. He's been permanently in Gauteng. He's around. That man can know. Chief. I got a call from the former president of the ANC Youth League. He wants to see me. Mtakula, kara no, tanga 50 rand. You know, vaga kulu by then. Read what's Jenny Kuru. Kara no. Utampa 5 jackets. Kita haiga. Kita dami batanzama ga uya. Mtakula read damani sekumwala email ki university or something. Hey, I don't have time to go for the galway. Gavalo ena and ona le batho ba le no re ba advile bona ya le bona magwe and I guess ba drop wa bona I know Gavalo go tapada e bile thakana le mthizi always comes in abantu ka mthizi no arvaya ka ba la riola ona ba fitse magwe nna ka tarta boya ka mo ka re ka boela tarta boya re ka kafe mthizi re ka ra ro bona go thakana le mthizi ala ka prepare le nna ka prepare matum ra thakana na re batho ba le ba bo be di be raba le lu then men of like mfonele area da awa ke mfonele ke I know president we are on the way I don't know only fitele CICAF debones kwa CICAF I think kwa president fitin oh no level la no kombi ana mu khale ngokulebeji some years kambi kanti dama no ravian Otala outing my bodyguard. I don't think he's still the bodyguard now, but we used to call him Mbat.
Okay.
But I probably would notice us as some of the people would be more caught or
oh yeah, of course.
I don't know what's up to look at my this one. I grew to bodyguard or check almost everyone. Mara those ones have it because I give excel water. But what give people like yellow water literally. Eki ya jack deal about why see.
Oh,
the unfortunate parts. Now I'm with another crew now. But I don't know, man. When I think I recognize you, super. Most probably. I remember Chief Ferrari and Salan Mara. Rafita Gates, Chief W. at Zen. When Rafita, Kumanaga Lounge or Kumano Kale, checking the match of Pirates. But men is on a call for about 30 minutes. And remember this guy you always see him on TV. That day you are in his house. He's on a call for 30 minutes. You can imagine what's going through
exactly
people's minds, man. Then it becomes like that. Men of the call from there we would sorry. Aramwa lena kamkana lena shobane then just to fast track the story, the man gives us 3 options. Should we start a forum? Should we start an NGO? Should we start a political party? You've seen things have been worse in the NC and go. Then we responded or no, starting a political party. Then when we were there, some other guys joined in, the likes of Braitlin Chavileni, Cedric Sishoka, George Rapila, some other guy Muteka from Skukuni. Then we formed what we call a coordinating structure, provincial coordinating structure.
Okay.
That was consisting of Bradley was supposed to be the chairperson, the convener, George the coordinator, George Rapila, and myself the organizer, the provincial organizer.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Bradley, but Bradley went back to the ANC. Even today,
for sure, it was like a struggle. Because of a new political party,
No.
the struggle is real.
I don't know how he would take this when he sees the podcast. But I think he's more of an employee rather than someone who
An employer.
Per se.
It
And
makes sense,
sometimes it's not a problem. Some people are born like that. Brightly shied away from the convener position.
Okay.
Then we had Mike Mattel as the provincial convener, George as the coordinator, and myself as the provincial organizer. That's where it went in as far as politics. That's when we became fully fledged into the whole thing, EFF, and started being close to the guys working politics.
So when it launched, were you ever part of it?
Yes. When it was launched on the 26th and 27th of July 2013. This year they are turning 10 years. Yeah, it was in Uncle Tom's Hall in Soweto,
Okay.
just next to Hector Peterson Memorial. We were there. We went a week or two before for the policy conference in Nazareth, in Shaft 17, where we were discussing policies or going deep into the founding manifesto, drafting all these documents and stuff. I was part of that. I was part of the first 1,000 people to be there and launch the EFF. And remember, in the province, I was number 3. Obviously. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was there. I have pictures there that attest to where I was there. I was very crucial in the formation of the EFF.
How come you have never been in parliament, like have a seat in the parliament?
Yes, that's the most. And I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're raising this kind of questions because this kind of conversations are going to be there for the rest of the life. Or when Banamaga, they're going to see them in the future and get to know why my father never became a parliamentarian when the situation in the government. I always. By nature, I'm politically conscious. I would regard myself as a socialist of some sort.
Okay.
I always have the interest of my people first at heart, rather than myself.
Okay.
And some of the people take advantage of that and exploit that aspect of me. Because when people, I don't want to make allegations here. Some powerful names say they can be able to sue if they feel like they are
they're threatened or something
in a way. But there are people who came within the EFF who are from the ANC who started taking over. And they came with the mentality, that ANC mentality. Whatever we were trying to build, they had an opposite view of that. And we were a threat because we were the real socialists, the real ground forces, and in some way people twisted these things and allegations of political seats, parliamentarians being sold to other people that we just saw them mushrooming, surfaced those allegations. And you can just imagine, but nevertheless, we'll ascend those pages very soon. The politics happened, man. Politics
with
happened.
how you are growing, I believe you're going to have a seat.
Politics happened, but I served in the parliamentary constituency office of the EFF for a year. So, there's something to take home in terms of experience.
I get it. And I think what you're saying is true, because what I've seen with the Capricorn Independent Community Activities Forum is one of the best things that I've ever seen, because as much as in South Africa the ruling party is the ANC again, and I'm not even taking a jab on the ANC, I'm just speaking facts. I've never seen the councillor Jamu Butogwaja ANC again. They were on the ground. But with what I've seen with you is something that we all leaders have to have. Where did you get the thing out of? I want to put my people first before I can put myself first.
No, before you can be a leader of society, before you can be a councillor, before you can be an MMC, before you can hold whatever titles the world is giving you, you are a member of this community. You belong to this community. And I've always, you can see me, even the way I dress. I only dress formal when I go to work and stuff, whereas I need to be presentable. I have only one pair of formal shoes. I'm telling you the truth. I just wear them for compliance. I'm from Skok. I was born and bred here. I'm a typical Mexican guy.
That's funny.
Everything that I have, that I've accumulated, is because I was raised by the very same community. It's not I don't think it's ideal or appropriate for me to be acting like a celebrity. And I think the more you humble yourself is the more God will give you. Because this is the very same society that made me who I am. And there's no need to live with certain people. No, amen. Sometimes it does disadvantage me, but I don't care much about the disadvantages. What I love the most is the connection that I get from my people. I appreciate that, and I will always be amongst my people. I'm a ground force for life.
So why do you think the people from other political parties, mostly the ANC, how come they don't have the same thing that you have? I mean, like, imagine the power that the ANC have. If you think they go to the streets, buy the things that they're supposed to do. Why whenever I said the things that they're like, how you do your things?
Let me tell you something about the ANC. The ANC has been hijacked by thugs.
Okay.
You no longer have credible cadres who can take the movement forward, who understand what needs to be done in terms of advancing total freedom in the new democratic dispensation. The ANC has been hijacked. People just buy t-shirts of the ANC and wear them and regard themselves as comrades. And by doing that, it has lost moral fiber. Just imagine koloi driver ke motho le morana license how we drive. Una le code 10 maronyo ko driver code 14. Do you think it will make it? And the ANC, I don't have anything against the ANC. It's a movement that roots and stuff. Most people in the ANC are incompetent. And Baroba incompetent. But they don't have the political will. You need to have the political will. You need to have that let's Laur ish koza la biana ma kiwa gas na gaolo na gi leadership mara ka le la tile brotho kwa. I don't want to rubbish them with the same paint. There's still a few of those within them, but majority of them, they don't have the interest of the people at heart. Coming back to your question, I don't know about they will associate themselves with ordinary people, whereas they've lost moral fiber. They want to associate with those they feel like. Remember, these people are living in a cocoon. They're living in a world of their own. By popping champagnes and having girls all over
driving all those cars.
That's it's exploiting our situation as a country. The trends that they're setting, because we have so much social illnesses. Teenage pregnancies, HIV and AIDS,
unemployment,
child-headed households and everything. Marabona, they will create a life of opulence. Whereas that is not the original picture of our country. The original picture is that we have young people who are not working. The rate is very high. They are not doing anything to address that. They want to create a picture where we must all be politicians. We must support us. They are fucking up with people's minds, man. That they can't do what I'm doing.
They can do on your level.
No, it's levels. They can't.
I want us to talk about your party. I don't know if it's a party. Is it a party?
Yeah, in the sense of its nature. Registration-wise with the IC, it's called a political party. It is a fully fledged political party. There was a confusion at first, and let me tell you where the confusion comes from. When I named it, I called it CICAF, CICAF, which is Capricorn Independent Community Activists Forum. But people, they rush to understand things. Independent community activists, even they don't understand how these things are done. independent, and I don't understand. Independent is an individual. You know, no stand that guy night. When emblem, in a lady candidate, what they say, you must know that is a political party. Ours is a political party, but it's a community residents political party. Yeah, but we give a high. Why are we doing that? Throughout, when I was in EFF, COPE, ANC, with my political experience, I've realized, I've realized our political landscape is taking a different route.
Okay.
It's taking a different route where in the future, meaning now, people will no longer be interested in mainstream political parties.
Shit.
Because they would want their own parties to be led by those that they live with. Or when even they have challenges, they'll be able to come to a person like Joanne and say, hey, Abemuna, you promised us this and that. Hey, why was it and stuff? And again, when I go out from the organization, Bushback Rich Resident Association, it does have some serious following in some part of Mpumalanga and Bushback Rich. Or when Kahonabonavatsanakarat cancel occupying the seats, I'm like, no, this thing is doable. Then I go do research how much these things need to start a political party, you know, the fees, what needs to be done, the documentations. Documents to be drafted, I drafted, gathered people, we elected each other. Then the certificate came back, popped money for registration, deposit elections. We got 2,586 seats, votes. It qualified as 2 seats and a seat in the mayoral executive committee. Maragre, if you understand it, from what I've been telling you with my political experience, it is as a result of all the work that I've been doing from political parties. Now it was the end. I had to sum it up to something that can be tangible, or at least we are representing our people in governance structures, and we are going to continue to make sure that we advance service delivery through practical community development programs. Yeah.
And you know, Lina, I used to think it was an independent thing because of the word independent.
Hence, I was saying that's where the confusion started.
Exactly. That's why I think it was.
I think even the councillor there at what 5, our councillor. At first, he did not understand sharp. He thought he was independent. But because I grew by then, we were in politics. You don't want to raise alarms and say, no, just say, no, it's independent. But we are independent community activists. That's the basis of the whole thing.
As I was saying, 2 weeks back, I get something. And then I asked her, next year, are you running for presidency? And then you didn't have money. As an independent candidate, but then because I said it was an independent candidate, I thought this whole movement, at the forum, I thought it was an independent thing. But now that you explained it, I got the bigger picture already. It's
a political party. A fully fledged political party.
And was it last year or 2021 when the community elections were going on? When was it?
The local government.
The local government.
2021.
And then what did you win?
We won Ward 5. Ward 5 is some part. Where do you stay? Yeah, where you stay, it's under our control. It was a history in the making. It was for the first time there's a president political party in Molamola, and it was for the first time the ANC loses a ward to another political party.
You know the story. You know the story behind you winning is so funny because I remember this RIP to him, Mr. Ramapakela.
Oh, Manuel.
Yeah, Mr. Ramapakela. The people from Skonya, Maposa, ANC to be specific. It was rallying. I think the rallying is the right word. It's like it was against you. But they were busy Well, just saying, but this and that. And then the following day, the people of Eskom, that's when they went to vote for you.
Yeah, let me give you this story. Now the people of MAFONA SHOBANE, they don't know me.
Okay.
Hence, I was saying ours is a political party. That means we had a candidate there, and the candidate it was a former member of the ANC.
Okay.
Marupen Ramarut. Kiana baba mkitimisa bara abamnyanya. Lebo na basa tusisi mtuare na oriki political party oriki dependent. Obos na roba kitimisa na by there. Okay. Bona baba kitimisa scuba. Bare what bamruwa and everything like that. But I agree, in the nature of politics, the more you any publicity is publicity. Even it can be a bad one, people will get to know and stuff. And I want to speak about Manuel. And we would not do this interview justice if we don't talk to Manuel.
Okay.
Manuel played a very crucial role in our campaign. Okay. For the 2021 local government election. Manuel was a man of God. Manuel was God sent, and may his soul rest in peace. Man took all his resources and offered to that candidate of ours, CICAF, to make sure that the polling station, and the petrol, fire for the party agent, or that candidate arena scoop ayolo no ba ba re ngwana modidi yan ba mo roa ka maina aba bontsho le ngwana modidi wa gona o tsena aba madulone a mabotso tsona no ba ba. That is why Manuel will forever be grateful to what he did to us, and I hope he's in a better place, but will forever be grateful. He played a very crucial role in our upbringing, bringing us an organization.
And as a community.
Yeah. So example, it's a bit too much, Mara, with what he did within a period, short space of time, I think he was a great man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You before you went to talk about Mr. Amapadra, you were talking about how you won the election.
It was through him, Councillor Ramanut. I can remember, now I don't contest in a political space. I am the president of the party. Okay. I did not contest anyone to be a councillor. Azanga Gavai Apala. Now I'm the leader of the party. The activists. But Balonor Barata community, I want to community, I want to Baba Dorberger. One of our contest. You are in Jabo. No, we not on a scupa win. Obona. Ufamata, our Wena, Ubuse the community without a nice political party interfere. Kavakala, what you trying to like political political cheaper. Low political meant like governance. And if the ANC you deploy the way you cancel a report, you're going to do things according to Chebona Badinyaga. Mara, deploy the Karina, Recycle for another community. Community are now for mandates. You're Liberacavia, Renato Sanagara, Tavachalena, Aliberaca. Or if there are elements of corruption and everything, we are oversight fair. Mara. That's what we're saying. We're giving power to the people. We're taking back power and giving it to the people directly or lena. As a resident political party, if you are it does not matter about it by election, they can happen as long as our people are
far. I just wish the ANC had the same mindset.
No, they don't have. Because they are just want to go abroad. They want to eat. Ciao.
So as a political party, at the end of the day, you still have to serve your people, and serving your people, how do you get the money to serve your people?
It's very much simple. You need not to be a millionaire for you to help your community. There are simple things that you can just do. You can buy your primary school sanitary towels those younger kids there. You can build someone a house. If you, just like for now, we're working on a project right now in Ngomeni. We're busy finishing up a house.
Okay.
We're gonna be roofing it.
Okay.
We'll be announcing all that in due course. That's why we're saying we're advancing service delivery through practical community development programs. We have this thing all figured out.
Okay.
We don't sing slogans in our political part. We talk and come up with way forward. What should be done? Here is a black lady. She does not have a house. She's in poverty. How best can we arrest the situation? Without even going to media and everything. We arrest the situation, then we announce later. Then we've done our part. That's the best way. Hence I say you don't need to have millions. You can always approach your cash build, your community social responsibility. If you understand your aspects of our community, it's very much easy.
I thought they were in a way out, like, for example, for example, the event that they always make, something like that.
Yeah.
When even with the event, the ANC a proposal, and then in the proposal, but sorry, a budget like this, and then ANC about election. I thought maybe it was the same thing when you get a certain people about fund or something.
No, you know, I understand where you're coming from, because as much as there's a difference between ANC and governance, but there's actually nothing. Those people run their show. There's no way the ANC does not have money. They're using government money to fund their own things.
Oh shit.
As a political party, it cannot even pay its own employees. They are always chanting, they're striking and doing all sorts of protests. What they're doing, to give you a scenario, those guys there, they have what they call Motokwa Youth Development Organization. It's an NPO of some sort. With that NPO, they write a proposal. After writing a proposal, they will send it to your National Arts Council. They always advertise funding your sports, arts and culture, your leader or leaders. Their comrades, they know already the guys. After submitting those proposals, I would love to think, or maybe they follow the right procedures, but I don't think they follow.
I don't think so too.
I tend to be corrected. Just to be on the safe side. But no. They'll submit there, and obviously they'll get the funds. And hence you'll never see any logo of the ANC there.
Exactly.
But they are becoming strategic in everything that they do. They always put the colors of the ANC. All of the little logo, it will have red, green, and yellow. It's politics.
The ANC must shine. One way or the other it must shine.
Look at condition.
Exactly.
Yeah, relay from a como. It's when you want a lot of Yamako. I want to learn with government departments. If you can check the Department of Health, check education, all sports, arts and culture, check our municipal colors. They all have that element of ANC.
Right.
And it's not a problem because they are the governing party
exactly.
for now.
So they can do what they want for now.
They will change those things.
Do you think next year, what will
No, my analysis or my 2 cents comment on this one. With the way the DA is operating right now, after being afforded an opportunity to lead in Cape Town, they've been leading, and I think they're doing good in some of the cities there.
Of course. Cities.
Western Cape. but they've been given an opportunity to lead in Joburg and in Pretoria. And I want to understand as well that it's not the same arrangement as in Western Cape, where they are a governing part. Here it's a new territory of coalition government, and nobody was ready for this. CICAF, because now we saw it coming long time ago. Nobody was ready for coalition government, and with that, I think they don't understand the dynamics, or challenges the black communities.
Okay.
And by doing that, buying fees, and above ANC, the EFF, an opportunity to grow. Because one of our political leader, just look now, let me give an example with the current issue, we had the cholera outbreak in Hammanskraal. It's under the leadership of DA.
But they're not doing it for now.
And no, it's a low outbreak under their leadership. They are out, they did not do something. Something was not done right since they came in, and they went into power in Pretoria from 2016. The DA Kionel society South Africa in terms of getting the NC out of power. Because but with the emergence of the parties like Bill 1SA, Action SA, those other ones, they are not that impactful and stuff. I think they will come back, but not, the ANC will come back, but not with total majority, but with the help of the EFF.
But at the same time, why would the EFF, I don't know if I use the word help, why would it help or be part of ANC ruling again while you want to go at the same time?
No. Listen to this, my brother. The EFF does not like DA.
Okay.
The policy-wise, they don't worship to white monopoly capital. And they are very much against white supremacy. And the DA in its approach in recent times, and in its approach of dealing with coalition arrangements, they could not agree with the EFF on some of the policy standings. They don't see eye to eye. They don't see. Sure. They don't see eye to eye. As I was saying, they don't see eye to eye, the DA and the EFF. And the only party with the majority that the EFF can align itself to, that has similar policies, it's the ANC. Even though the ANC is reluctant to implement most of the policies, they are on the same picture with the issue of land and the issue of nationalization. They speak the very same language. You know, the ANC is very much reluctant because right now it is seen as an administration for white monopoly capital. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's move on to...
But that's just my own analysis.
2 cents, yeah, we understand. Let's move on to one of the worst things that is happening right now in the country. Eskom and load shedding. What do you think happened with Eskom and load shedding?
No, Eskom... we're going to blame the ANC. Okay. Once again. Because it's the ruling party and it needs to be held to account. We started experiencing load shedding some years back. When did we?
2007, somewhere there, I think.
Yes.
That's when load shedding officially began, I think.
You see, most ANC comrades, even their leaders, when they see a tragedy, hey, they clap hands. Because that's where they capitalize. It's an opportunity for them to thrive economically and business-wise. They've seen this thing happening in Eskom. Hey, if we can start treating these things, shorter, and we supply low quality coal, there's going to be a need for outside supply of diesel to run some of the generators. It's business for MOMMAS, they are not in Eskom.
So, we don't scroll in the bus. Now we'll be busy. When I hear us, we'll get you. So I am too busy in them. What are you must swim over trouble in your honor? Woman,
Acceptable. Acceptable.
I don't want So I'm a South African chief. So I'm just being around like a woman that kind of I'm red. Talk. I'm child. What's our my position? President. So I'm not going to yeah, we stop.
These things, why did they deliberately? So that they can sabotage Eskom themselves, so that they can have outside suppliers. Regime after ground, administration after administration. The Zuma administration, will send the company to the Guptas, your likes of the Glencoe, what, so that they can start doing business with government through the state-owned entities, Eskom, South African Airways and stuff. Then came the Ramaphosa administration. Ramaphosa administration, I want opportunity of renewable energy. Or if I can continue suppressing the system, obviously me and my friends, the white friends in Zimani, we can start selling UPSs, portable power stations, solar panels, and this industry will flourish. Create HIV so that you can be able to create the ARV, antiretrovirals.
Was that happened in the Thabo Mbeki administration?
Yes, Mara, it's not Thabo Mbeki. Which ones are those mafias, Bill Gates and everyone? The anti-vaccines, those guys.
Oh yeah.
You create a computer, man. Then it has a virus. You must buy the antivirus. That's the whole system. Where there's a chaos, people thrive. Chaos. It's a crisis. It's a business opportunity. Remember I told you about the political will. These people, they don't have the political will. That's some of the questions of Matomo. Or why these ANC comrades can't behave like you. They don't have the political will. If you guys go and experience the whole day in darkness, they don't care.
They don't care. Even when I'm over they don't even experience load shedding.
In their private homes, they have solar panels and a hell lot of power. They don't see those things. They are never in the dark. It's in a nutshell, it's a sabotage. The ANC sabotaging itself so that it can make money out of that process.
So I remember back then. It's like an operation somewhere. The one this guy Zimbabwe.
Uncle Bob, Robert Mugabe.
What's that word?
A dictator.
Dictatorship, yeah. Don't you think in South Africa, for now, for things to run right, someone who can dictate things to run right, don't you think that's the only way things can run right?
No, you know, in our situation, we're still a growing democracy.
Okay.
And post 1994, we've never experienced or had dictators as our leaders.
Okay.
But I'll think our situation is far worse now. To be only addressed by dictatorship. You can always dictate good things. And I don't think it would be the problem for the president to do right now. He's in that position. When he can always dictate good things. But you are dealing with a system that is broken.
And for years.
For years, bro. Do you think that can be solved overnight?
It cannot be solved in 4 years.
And
We only have 4 years.
Yes, you only have 4 years, man. What needs to happen is that our politicians must come back to their senses and have the political will. We understand Wagoni of child. We understand. We understand. And there's nothing we can do about it. But let's come back to our senses. Our people need us. Our people need us to have the political will in order to shape South Africa where it's supposed to go. Our need must start with the president. The president must have the interest of this country at heart. It must start with us as well, as community members. Or when we see corruption and things happening, we must report them and stuff like that. For now, as long as you are not corrupt, you'll be seen like somebody else. Hey, guy and stuff. And I don't blame the situation. It's because we have a background of poverty. Previously we've been disadvantaged for so long, man. And we'll have one of straight.
Exactly.
You're not doing a rival political will because either dictator or no dictator, I know one. If we don't have the political will, we'll never see it right.
What about how the Muslims, specific Muslims that I'm talking about, the leaders of the leader of the UAE,
United Arab Emirates.
what about how they did with their countries? People, the countries like Saudi Arabia,
And yeah, I see
the
those-
Middle East,
the Middle East.
Middle East. What about those ones?
Qatar and stuff.
Those ones. Look how they've led their countries. I'm not saying that they're not corrupt or anything. I'm not also saying that they are corrupt. What I'm just saying, Guru, what if we had the same leadership? Do you think we would have been a better country?
No, that's the problem. The system has been long been fucked up. Yeah, right? Those people have always been in charge of their resources.
Shit, that's another one.
And now here we're not in charge of anything.
Oh yeah. Now
Even the very same Sasol, I don't think it's a state-owned entity.
I doubt.
We have the Shell, we have foreign companies, we have
Anglo-American,
London minerals
shit.
exploiting our resources, and all these things are taken to foreign lands and they're going to be processed there.
Now it makes sense.
How are we going to get rich?
Shit.
Those ones, they've always been in charge of their resources and they understood the wealth of their resources, the value of their resources. The way they think, their mentality, they are too much religious.
Oh yeah.
They are too much religious and they really believe what is theirs is theirs. No one must take away from them. Or you'd rather kill them or work colonization, apartheid, it has fucked up our mentality and the way we think. Rena, the only thing that excites us right now is mostly black young South Africans is to go and party, honestly speaking, to be in clubs.
How ironic.
Yeah. Hence I'm saying we as young people, I'm part of this society. That's some of the things that excites us. We just need to party and be all over there. But if you go to other countries, people are very much productive. The community is not drinking alcohol. Only 10% of the population drinks alcohol. But they will always be productive in a way.
What about
We have a long way to go.
what's that country? Dubai being an oil.
Yes.
Now the oil is done. They make money. Most of the money comes through tourism.
Yes.
But Nigeria's oil is still there. How come Nigeria has so much oil? And then the oil in Dubai is done, but then Nigeria is like this.
It's the fucked up African leadership system.
Shit.
We don't produce, we consume. If you've ever read a book called The Capitalist Nigger by this other guy.
Capitalist nigger.
Yeah, by Chiga Onyan. You can Google it. The Capitalist Nigger by Chiga Onyan. He will tell you, Africans, will pride themselves by drinking Heineken. That was made in Holland or Amsterdam, somewhere there. We suffering from self-hate. You know what beer I'm drinking? You know
Yeah, I know what you're drinking.
I'm drinking live now. It's written proudly South African. It's part of the principle that I'm trying to live. I love buying local products.
Everywhere you go, you keep it local.
Even though it gets like a more, but I try by all means, or I must be an ambassador of South African products. If we can start loving ourselves and start buying Africans, but start buying South African, we're gonna grow our economy. The trade between African countries is gonna increase. We would not have to rely on Western countries and whatsoever in order for them to Lona bakasato to such a kadi sanship. Argasere dia dilobare. So just like what the ambassador of the US was doing to us recently. Or what we don't need those kind of things. But for no to they are America. Now we must feel the cold.
We must fold when they say something.
We are a sovereign country, and we are more aligned with the BRICS rather than the Americans.
With the BRICS thing, why do you think the Americans are so scared of the BRICS thing?
Just check it Brazil, check it Russia, check it India. India is a population of almost something like 1 billion.
Somewhere there.
And China, over 1 billion, I think so. And South Africa is a gateway into the African market.
Even though less than 100 million people.
Mara is a gateway to the African market.
Okay.
Then Russia, boss in terms of challenging superpower.
Oh, yeah, plus by Java, Russia.
What is it? Bele Mbojeni Tagan. I beg Middle East, India to Middle East. China to Asia.
That side of Asia.
Russia to Europe, but some few countries the power.
Brazil to Southern America.
Yes.
South Africa to Southern Africa.
And South Africa, African Union, we can influence decisions.
Okay.
Karasadeg were a very prominent member yesterday. But we can take the world. The BRICS countries can take over the world. That is why America will be so scared of the BRICS nation. Because but he has something. Yes.
Shit, it makes sense now. On a lighter note, I guess. Especially on a sweet note. We're moving away from the politics. Are you part of the Zeli streets?
Yes. Okay. That one. Let me have a seat.
That's why I said on a sweeter note.
No, you know Zeli. Zeli, it's a product that I know from scratch, from its inception. We used to do promotions for various sweets under a company called Nungu Marketing and Distribution. Nungu Marketing and Distribution is owned by an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. Dr. Masiki is a guy from Sasolburg. He's got a marketing and distributing company. And then in 2009 towards 2010, while I was still in Jersey, we did Yogeta for the World Cup. For the 2010 World Cup.
Sponsoring the World Cup?
We were promoting Yogeta in townships. Then, fast forward 2019, we were doing the Istanbul school dance tour. And I was coordinating the province. I was given a task to do 30 schools.
In Limpopo.
in Limpopo,
Okay.
where the winner of the dance festival, we're going to bring a huge festival to them. We brought Tsebo, you know Tsebo,
Yeah, Gamona too.
and Younger Chief.
Gamona and get
Yes, we did that, and the school that won was Khakwa in Village,
Okay.
and we brought the guys there,
Shit.
and they killed it. It was nice. The pictures are there, and then we went to Joe's. At a lodge called Shumba Valley Lodge. After those events, just like, and the guy, the boss came up with this concept. I don't know, guys. We've been working for people, and but tomorrow, Malaka Ravana Rego, what's the rain or Aritsagreen?
Exactly.
What's a deal La Rena like? We were in the business of selling sweets. Well, why is a teacher? Our men then presented the idea to us. Oh, this is what we're going to call our sweet. Zeli. I got things like that. People tell you in confidence. They don't expect you when I want to get out of the presentation room. They'll be saying, hey, we're coming with a new sweet. Zeli, what, because people can always steal ideas.
Exactly.
That man told us in confidence, then COVID happened.
Oh shit.
We were supposed to start 2020. COVID happened. When COVID happened, fast forward after COVID, 2020, let's take this 2021, November. Court man on phone, so but no, we can go back to business.
Okay.
In a nutshell, the provincial promotional coordinator of Zeli, Kamul Limpopo. If each province in a coordinator, and we have shops that we run. We have a shop in Candy Kids, Jumbo, Motorpo, Jumbo, Candy Kids, our sweets are there. Mama Sweets at Paul Kruka, Mama Sweets at Divination, Mama Choice Hawkers in Zanen. And you're going to find Zeli in almost every spaza. Yeah, I'm coordinating in the provincial level. Yeah, that's what I do. That's where I get my second check from.
Oh, shit. Damn. How much do you think it makes Zeli per annum, even though you just started?
I don't think right now we're looking at a profit in terms of money. That guy is a very ambitious guy, and I think he has a program. And I believe in every business that you do, it must survive the first 1,000 years before you can start talking about profit. If it can survive the first 1,000 years, of which is something like 3 years, and we are on our second year, I think we'll be able to answer that question when we erga fecha 3 years. But for now, it's still that's the process. But there are tracks there, code 14 tracks, crafters, well, all over the country.
So would you say you're bowling?
I think that's another language. I don't know, I'm a typical Mexican boy. I'm just a hustler, man.
Okay, yeah.
I hustle hard. I want to inspire other young kids or everything is possible. And you don't have to rely on one salary.
Again.
You can have as many salaries as possible.
Salad.
Yeah. But babarika radio, babarika TV, babarika newspaper. Life in Yagazaga and Munazaga are now. But we must make sure that at some point it is going to start bearing fruits and Latobona. No, my guy, what from like 100 views. And you like 1 million subscribers. As long as you believe in yourself.
Talking about the radio and all those other stuff, you were supposed to do an online radio. What happened with that one?
No, we've been doing it. Our online radio was launched in 2017.
Shit.
It's 2013 now, it has been 7 years.
2023 now.
2023. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we had a studio there at JJ.
Oh, yeah. Wait, that was you?
Hey, that was the likes of Cool Jive, Majida, King Roy, Borami as the presenters. But man, these chicks, man, And we took it to some place in Sefene as well. And I had like the likes of Permanente. She's now in the States.
Shit.
She worked for Capricorn FM as well. She worked for Capricorn Voice newspaper. Some of the kids that I raised. Some DJs, man. Yeah. We interviewed your King and others, your everything. It was just a vibe. Yeah, by again. Politics, EFF, just CICAF. You can establish these things. Mara. I see. Some of the equipment somewhere.
Oh, Gargila guy, one those
Yeah, the
mics
mics still
yeah.
You'll use them for some of your things in the future.
No problem.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn.
Well, now we'll find a way on how to incorporate the whole thing.
Oh, shit. And if we anytime soon again, call me or text me.
Yeah, no. You guys are doing what I like. Yeah. And I'm glad to there are young people who follow this route because most people know not go up.
Again.
Niggas, man, yeah.
Ever joke is cheap. They don't mean it. They don't mean it literally. Joke is cheap. That's it. As well.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And also, looking at something, one of the most important things that can elevate us as well, tourism. How come there's not so many tourism destinations?
That's a very critical question and coming to the relevant person. And this time around, I'll wear my cap as the chairperson responsible for local economic development and planning. Because tourism is one of the things that should be generating income in the municipality. And we have tourist destinations like your Mutumo trading post, Mutumo conversation, what we have your Tropic of Capricorn and stuff. Remember, I don't want to dwell much on those things because they are work related.
Okay.
There are disputes. There are disputes that arise from community and traditional leadership and everything that prevent development. So there are some of the things that cannot be done if some of the things are not done.
I understand.
But I think we need to come up with alternative measures to build our tourism life. And one thing in Nike Boni that I want to push the feet, it's about nightlife. Nightlife can give us tourism in pipeline. But about nightlife is blind.
Too much.
Blind.
There's White House.
Exactly.
There's Jaras. There's States.
And they operate.
Exactly.
Every weekend.
If we can focus on that and build up on and encourage entrepreneurs to build more lodges, get graded by the tourism agency, so that able to like that's the movement that we need to incorporate. Rebuild the movement to a new one. And people should go to the municipality as well and go to my office. The officials and managers over the business, the package of the business. This is what I have. This is what Bafo, this is what I did in terms of tourism. Get the beads, get the and stuff. Over here the exhibition over the tourism in Dava. But you come the stall there. You can always go with them or what budget product via body showcase and stuff. With that it can help, but is politics. Will be able to maneuver, and it's my wish and as the chairperson of LED, together with the help of the Capricorn district, where we can resuscitate this place and make sure that place is working to the best of its ability. Because I had someone who went to Botswana said there's a Tropic of Capricorn in Botswana and every car stops there.
Shit.
Wow, it's a huge tourism destination.
How come it's not operating?
It should be within me, with my team, at work, to make sure that we visit that place and do a site visit and see where best can we revamp it to make sure that we brand it in a manner that can be suitable.
All in all, we spoke about so many things. This has to be the longest conversation we've ever had on the podcast. Now the main thing that we should be talking about is the Mula Mula Music and Media Awards.
Okay.
What's up? Can you please tell us more about them?
Wow, Mula Mula Music and Media Awards. Sharp Sharp is a continuation of a program that I started somewhere in 2012, 2013. It was called the Buffers, Botoga Art Festival and North Awards. And that platform, it ran for about 5 years, and we get into the EFF and become busy with politics. When we are distracted. When I come back to my senses and see I've abandoned such a great initiative. I was saying, no, if young people can come in, I'll give them the concept at Buffers, but it seems some things are just for you, they are not for any other person. Then I said, no, I'm no longer a young person. Obviously, let me just try and come up with a new concept, of which will incorporate almost everyone. People from Mula stretch from Muleji, some part of Modi, Sudmekar, now is the MOMMAS. The categories are just like that. Yeah, but it's a platform for young people to showcase their talent, their crafts, everything, celebrations during the African month, the September month, the Heritage month, just to have festivities.
When is it happening?
On the 24th of September. The venue is still to be announced, and all the processes will be communicated through media platforms like radio and newspaper.
Like on the podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast, man. Because I think we're building a very good relationship.
Shit. All in all, what are you busy with right now besides the MOMMAS? Is it a CICAF or CICAF?
CICAF.
Okay, CICAF. Besides all those things, what are you busy with right now?
No, we're busy with something big. We can't divulge or disclose right now, but we're going bigger. We're going bigger in terms of entertainment. We're going bigger in terms of everything, in terms of events, management, in terms we're going bigger. We're going international.
Shit.
Yeah, we'll announce when the time is right.
Can I talk about something that you were speaking with the gents before we recorded?
Yeah, no, that's some of the things. Maybe you can talk, but not the other business side.
It's not really the business side because it aligns with international stuff. Right? Because I heard you you want to bring Chris Brown. Does it align with the?
It does. That's not what's there. Yeah, but we're going big, man.
Okay, I know we understand. Thank you so much.
No.
Because I've been wanting to have you on the podcast. So when you hit me up saying that you want to be on the podcast, I was the happiest nigga alive.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be coming here for the first time.
I won't be. This is not your first.
You're gonna get so many hits with this one.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Skyrockets.
I appreciate you coming out.
I'm not sure.
Hey,
this
has been a nice conversation.
And what's your name? Irish.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ Irish.
Just Irish.
Oh, Irish. Mari, you are Dala.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Thanks for it.
Made conclusion podcast Shobane MAFONA, the Irish OG France.
Sure.